So before we start today's video, unfortunately the new camera had a really hard fall while recording these upcoming clips you'll see. But I lost the whole entire video because the camera fell, and all the footage before that I completely lost. So we installed a turbo on Ryan's truck, which you'll see here in a minute. But it's a BorgWarner SXE 626812 with a T3 flange, and it's also got a wastegate. And he also picked up a new 4-inch downpipe from Diamond Eye. It's got the flange on it, so you can use a V-band instead of having to use the bolts in it, because we all know how much of a pain it is to get those bolts out of the back of the exhaust housing. Complete pain in the butt, so we avoided that. We went with the V-band. A lot cleaner of a look and a lot easier to get on and off in the future. So with that being said, let's jump into today's video. I hope everyone's staying safe out there during this whole wild quarantine thing. I haven't really talked about it much. I don't want to get too much into it, but I hope it ends soon because I really need a haircut. So with that being said, let's jump into today's video. Hope you guys enjoy it. So we've got the turbo housing all tightened down on the back here, all the bolts, and we got the intercooler V-band clamp on and everything. It's all tightened up. We did have to turn this a little bit more than we wanted to, so what we had to do is we had to loosen up the boot here at both ends so we could turn it. Now we got to tighten this back up, and then we'll work on getting the rest of the stuff done. The downpipe all tightened up where it hooks into the 4-inch exhaust underneath the truck here, which we'll show you in a minute. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time stopping in, don't forget to go down below and hit that subscribe button. If you enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up because it really helps the channel out and helps us grow, and I'd really appreciate it. We're back here at Rob and Ryan's house today, and today is going to be like part 2 of Ryan's truck build video here. And today we're going to be doing some head studs, which we'll let Ryan go ahead and talk to you about and go over with you the size, why he picked what he picked, and all that stuff. And then we'll start tearing into the motor. I'll talk a little bit about the head studs, the benefits of what he's running versus the other ones your other option would be for these trucks, which are 625s or 2000s. And I'll let him talk about what he got and go over all that stuff with you guys here.
Hey, what's up, guys? So we're going to put in these ARP 2000 head studs. We just put a bigger turbo in the last video. Go check it out. It was a S362, be pushing pretty good amount of boost, so I figured I'd be doing head studs while we're in there. In another video, we're going to be doing some injectors. Well, I'm hoping for around 550 on the horsepower level. We'll find out this summer. We'll put it on dyno. But yeah, we're gonna see how these go. Should go by pretty easy, and it'll be a slow process, but we'll get her done.
And the 625s are great if you have a 6.7 because they have a higher clamp load because the water jackets are closer to the cylinders, which makes it easier for the 6.7s to blow head gaskets. So that's why the 625s are better if you have a 6.7. But like I said, you went with the 2000s for his truck. So the 2000 ARP head studs will work up to 800 horsepower, and then once you get past that, you're gonna want to go with a 625 plus. So right now we got Preston over here, which he brought the topside creeper. Shout out to Preston for bringing this because it's going to make our install on this video and next video, which you guys will see next week, a lot easier. So shout out to Preston, give him a follow on Instagram, links down below. But he's working on getting the valve cover taken off right now. And we pulled off the probe on the exhaust manifold, that way we can slide it out, because what happens is that back stud on the, the back bolt on the valve cover doesn't come out, so you got to slide it over a little bit to get it out. But Ryan went ahead last night and loosened up all the bolts on that and the turbo, which you guys saw in last video, which we'll come over here and show this beauty off. I mean, it's gorgeous. You can't not look at that thing. Got the new downpipe in there as well. Looks really clean. In case you guys missed that video, go check it out. It's the last video, which will be linked up. I'll put it right up here. But they're working on getting the valve cover right now. We'll start pulling out the old studs and get the new ones in.
One valve cover.
Alright, so we just got the valve cover off, and as you can see all the rockers and the springs and everything. Right now we're trying to figure out if we're going to have to pull the rockers off, or if we can leave them to take off the studs. But it looks like we're going to be able to
we'll be fine.
Leave them in place.
Just have to run an extension down through between them. It might be a little harder in the back.
Alright, so when you open up your box, you're going to get a sticker. You're going to get some assembly lube, which this is really important. You got to make sure that you use this and put it on the threads like Preston said. And then you got your nuts, and looks like some washers here, and then of course the actual stud here, if I can pull it out. So that's what they look like. Like we just talked about, we're working on seeing if we're going to pull the rockers out or leave them in. We did pick up a new valve cover gasket right here. Got it sitting over there, so that way we don't have to worry about any leaks. If possible, this one is a little bit old, it might be original, but we're gonna replace it while we're in here anyways. But Ryan's gonna start working on getting the old ones out, and we'll start working on getting these in, and we'll go over all the torque specs with you guys and everything in this video, so make sure to stay tuned. Alright, so unfortunately, I'll show you guys. You can see all the glass here. So I just want to say, this happened a while ago in a video. If you guys have been a long watcher of the channel, you saw this. my camera fell off the truck and it fell forward, so I always put these glass screw-on lens protectors on there, and they always crack. As you can see now, there's no cracks in the lens. I had to bust it off because it got stuck. I'm about to buy a new lens because it won't go in and out, zoom in and out anymore, so that sucks. But always buy lens protectors. It's 35 bucks, best 35 bucks you'll ever spend, because it breaks the lens instead of breaking the actual lens itself. It breaks the lens protector, which is glass. So little side note, always buy a lens protector if you record or do anything, especially automotive, because there's always stuff falling off and grease and everything. So anyways, back to the video.
Get it? Yep. That number one? Yep. Cool.
Alright, so here's a comparison of the old studs versus the new head studs. Just want to show you guys that. So here's our pattern as we're going to take them in and out. So starting with one here in the middle, and we'll go to two. We're going to do one at a time. So as you saw, Ryan just pulled out the first stud. I showed you the comparison of them, and he got the new head stud now. He's going to tighten all the way down, take it a half turn out, and then we're going to torque them down to 40 foot-pounds, and then work our way up. There'll be 3 different torque specs throughout the whole process, which we'll go over here with you guys in a minute.
There, I'm bottomed out right now.
Bottomed out, so back it off a half a turn, full turn, but like just a half a turn. And then you put these on. That's good. Alright, so you just take some freaking little grease they gave you, lube kit, and just put on the threads. I got a little on my finger right now. I'll put some more on here in a second. Doesn't take much. Run a little bit there, and I'll put a little bit on the top side here for his new bolts, and then that's it.
So one thing that we're doing to make it a little bit easier is we're putting the washer and then it on loosely at the very top. That way we don't have to come and throw it on later. So.
This other like Moto or whatever they wanted me to use in it. Yeah. Everybody had bad.
So as you guys can see, we got all of the intake side rocker arms off, and we got them all in their designated spot labeled. And one thing I wanted to say too is we left the rocker bridges on top of the springs here. We didn't take them off on all 6 of them, just so you guys know. So the number 4 on the pattern here, number 4 is super close. So it's really close to this right here, so it's kind of hard. So they had to shave down a socket and make it custom. So just broke it loose though, so that's number 4. We're gonna pull it out and get the new one in and keep moving along. So a little update here. What headset are you on there, bud?
I'm on number 18 right now.
Out of 26.
Out of 26.
We start getting there. We only got 6 more to go when he's done with this one right here. I will say the ones that are on the outside of the valve cover here do look really nice with the new studs compared to the old ones. They just look a lot cleaner and a little more updated. So we just got all 26 of the head studs in, as you guys can see. They're all completely in and torqued down to 40 foot-pounds. Now we're going to do the second torque spec, which is going to be 80 foot-pounds, and it's going to be the same pattern, so we'll go through and get that done now. So we've got them all torqued down to 80 foot-pounds, and now we're going to be on the last torque spec, which is going to be 125. Is going to be the final torque spec for all 26 of the head studs. 125.
125 flat.
All right, guys. So we just got the head studs all wrapped up and all torqued down to spec. How was it your first time doing head studs on your truck?
It was a pain in the ass, definitely. It was a long process, slow process. They're pretty easy. It's just it's really time consuming
and repetitive.
Yeah, and repetitive. You got to go through every single one of them, torque them to one spec, next spec, then to the final spec. But overall, one bad installation. It was like 2 hours total on the head studs.
So pretty easy install. The hardest part obviously was getting to the back head studs because you got the exhaust rockers in the way, and also you're fighting with the firewall and the front of the cab there, so it kind of makes a pain in the butt, but pretty easy install. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Next video is going to be a good one as well as we'll have a startup in the next video with all the new upgrades installed, so make sure to watch that one. It'll be next week Follow Ryan on Instagram, sorry, Preston, and here's Rob. Links down below. Follow me on Instagram as well. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel out a lot, and I'd really appreciate it. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Comment if you have any questions down below, and I'll get back to you, and we'll see you in the next video.